Big fan of you guys anyway. So
Oh, thank you very much.
The great work. Big fan of you guys anyway. Big fan of you guys anyway. Big fan of you guys anyway.
Welcome to the 3 Retro Movie Geeks podcast with me, your host, Rob the Truffle Shuffle Taylor.
And me, Paul, Save Clocktail Constable.
And Scott, I ain't got time to bleed with him.
And we're discussing movies from the 80s and the 90s.
With some absolute classics and some not so well known classics.
From the greatest cinema era ever.
Oh shit! Move it, man! Go on, move it! Get up, Vern! Get it! Get up!
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see.
No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid.
Just as long as you stand by me.
So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me.
Play trailer.
Oh man, wait to hear this. What is it, man? You guys want to go see a dead body? This is really a good time. Hey, Vern, there's something on your neck. Legion! Oh my God! I want to see a dead kid. Maybe it shouldn't be a party. I'm never gonna get out of this town, am I, Gordie? You, come back here! You think Mighty Mouse could beat up Superman? What are you, cracked? I'll kill you, I swear to God.
Hello and welcome to film number 31. Today we are going back to 1986, a long time ago, but only if you measure it in the term of years, to discuss Stand By Me. And standing by me are two men that never shut up, and when I look at them I throw up. It is Paul, Chopper Sick Balls Constable, and Scott, Two for Flinching with them.
Two for flinching. Two for flinching.
For some reason I thought you were going to say Paul Lardass Constable.
Oh no, of course I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, really?
No. Right, hello. Season 3.
Season 3 is upon us.
Season
Crazy.
3. I know.
Crazy.
Season 3, we're doing well.
Doesn't seem that long ago we were discussing doing a podcast.
No, that's right.
Here we
Season
are.
3. And we're still doing brilliant film reviews and hilarious jokes. And on that, we've got a review that I can read
Oh, I've
out.
heard about this.
I got a review on, is it iTunes?
iTunes, Apple Podcasts.
Let's read out the review, shall we?
Oh, let's
This is
go
from
through it.
This is from Dan.
Dan.
Dan,
Hi,
hi.
Dan. How you doing?
Yeah, all right,
Thanks
mate.
for leaving us a review, Dan.
Here it is. Okay, you ready? Lasted less than 3 minutes.
What's he talking about? A podcast or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
else?
yeah. Hey. More unfunny blokes sat around laughing at their own jokes. Hold on, we've got more.
Oh.
The lowest of low offers nothing new or insightful. Bottom drawer podcast.
Bottom drawer podcast.
So let's break that down then. Lasted less than 3 minutes, so we probably didn't even start talking about the film.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's about 20 minutes.
Barely.
isn't it?
Probably
Yeah.
got as far as guess the film.
Laughing at their own jokes. Now, no one laughs at my jokes anyway, so that's wrong.
We humour you.
We tolerate you.
We're not just low, we're the lowest of low.
Nice.
And bottom drawer podcast. Now, bottom drawer is like, isn't that when like a lady's getting married and they save up their stuff and they put like a tablecloth and bed sheets and they put it in the bottom drawer, isn't it? Stuff for their new house. So We're basically
Maybe he's saving us.
we're tablecloths and we're bed linen. Dan. So if you want to come on the show, Dan.
Yeah,
Yeah. Choose a
Welcome
film,
along,
Dan. Choose a film.
Right. Any New Year's resolutions for you two? We are in January.
I've joined the gym.
Hey!
There's a
Well done.
new gym.
Have you been yet, though?
I have been. I've been
Oh, okay.
4 times. I've been twice this week, twice last week.
Well
Nice.
done.
So a new gym down the road in Stamford and Vale called Buffalo Studio.
Cool.
Really good. Got really no excuse because it's literally out the office door and into the gym. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, 'cause I've joined the gym before, but not been. But I've told everyone I've joined the gym and then never go. But
now I've actually joined and it's good.
well
I'm enjoying
done. Good boy. Keep it up.
it. I am.
You got any New Year's resolutions, Scott?
I do not. No. I don't believe in them.
No. I've my New Year's resolution. I've stopped using spray deodorant. So roll on this year.
Hey, you got to roll with
Oh,
it.
more unfunny jokes.
Hey, Dan, have some of that.
Laughing at your own jokes.
He probably doesn't use deodorant. Won't get the joke.
No.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Dad.
listening. We can say what you want
Yeah.
to, Dan.
Hi, Dad.
Right. Any films over? Well, it's been a long time since we've met. So
Yeah.
Christmas time and that.
I was watching like loads of Christmas films I'd never seen before. So Red One. Maybe I even talked about this. Well, obviously you didn't see Red One because it's not an old one; it's a new one.
Yeah.
What's the one with Mel Gibson? The Fat Man,
Right. What's in that?
Violent Night, all kind of alternative
Violent Night.
Christmas.
I saw that. Yeah.
Alternative Christmas movies, and catching up on the regulars, of course. Die Hard, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But no, not really anything else. No.
Right. Let's try Paul. Let's see if he doesn't mention the Back to the Future. Paul, what have you been watching? Anything?
I'm just
Recently.
having a look because I can't remember what I have and haven't watched. Started watching Gran Turismo.
Okay. Cool.
Pretty good. I need to go back and watch that. I did actually start to watch. Excuse me. Meg 2, The Trench. I literally got 2 minutes into it and said to myself, "What a sack of shit this is," and turned it off.
That's like Dan listening to our podcast.
Yeah.
I really could. Yeah, I really couldn't watch any more of it. It was killing me.
Mate, the first Meg was alright. It's you got.
No, I'm going to say this, but I'm not seeing that one.
Yeah, you got to just take on the chin as you're watching it. It's silly.
Be honest with you, I haven't really watched many films. Stand By Me. What watched last week? One on the not so bucket list as such. The Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Ah,
Watch that. I've always wanted to
very
watch
good.
it. We had a conversation about I need to get out there and watch some more films.
Yes.
So I thought,
Yeah,
sod it, let's watch it.
Me and Scott told you off, didn't we?
I did get a tone
You
off.
got a tone off,
And
yes.
I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. We'll watch it again soon. It was good. Very. Now, when I was discussing it with Emil, and one thing I did like about it, it was refreshing to watch an original story set in an original location with no special effects whatsoever.
Yeah.
It had a story, a proper story. There was nothing fake about it.
Classic 80s film, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what I liked about it. And there was
That school
so many
era.
films nowadays, they're filmed in like these like LED studios and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, they look perfect, they look good, but it just it's not authentic.
That school was using Uncle Buck, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was.
it?
Probably
Probably
it's
many-
in Chicago, isn't it?
multiple,
If it's
yeah.
John Hughes, it's
Yep, Chicago, yeah. For John Hughes.
everything's filmed up there. But yeah, no, really enjoyed it. But yeah, I need to. I was saying to Rob earlier, a set of films I'm going to watch. So I was sorting out some stuff, and I found an iTunes voucher I'd had, and so I scanned it, and it was £15.
Nice.
Went on iTunes, bought the Police Academy box set, all 7 films for £17. But it cost me £2.
Because we were talking about Police Academy earlier, and they all roll into one for me. I can't remember was that 1, 2, or 3, or 4, 5, 6, 7. Great films, but just rolls into one.
Yeah, no,
Move it.
it was good. It was good. I think I got the inspiration for that from watching Steve Guttenberg trying to help out in the Los Angeles
Yeah, I saw
fires,
clips
and I was
of that.
watching.
I
was
think
like,
his stock went up after being seen on that interview,
Yeah.
didn't it? They definitely did.
But he was genuinely helping. He wasn't doing it for the cameras, was he?
Yeah.
He was out there helping.
It was
Yeah.
the interviewer did not
No.
recognise him.
no, he recognises
No.
like.
Oh, I think I know you. You were in like Star Trek, weren't you? Yeah, mate. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. No, can we help put out the fires, please?
Out of the fires, please. Cool.
They're still going, by the way. Do you know
Are they?
that? Yeah.
Because
still
it went off the
going.
news, didn't it?
Yeah, it's
And
gone
then-
off the news, but they're still going.
Jesus.
It's crazy. Anyway.
I know. It is mad, isn't it? What I've been watching, I watched Elvis. Have you seen that? It was on Netflix.
Oh, Austin Butler.
Quite cool.
Yeah.
It was,
He won an Oscar for that, didn't he?
yeah, that was enjoyable. Learned a bit about Elvis and that. I've gone through the Alien films. Well, 1 and 2. I gave 3 a miss.
I would give everything. Yeah. Well, Romulus is on Disney Plus now, and I do want to check that out. You've seen it.
This is
haven't you?
why I wanted to watch it, because it comes after Alien. So I
Right.
wanted to watch Alien, then Alien Romulus.
And they've got a new
really good film.
series coming out.
Yeah, Romulus is really good. Need to
Right.
watch that.
Okay.
Really good. We're going through the Rocky films again, just because I know we got a Rocky film coming up soon. Live and Let Die. That was on. Watched that recently. I was on. Talking to James Bond.
I saw Paul McCartney just for Christmas. I love that song.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where was he?
O2.
Oh, right. I thought you saw him in like the Co-op or something.
No.
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 Excellent.
So he's serious when he sees a celeb
Yeah.
who's been in the country.
Yeah.
It's a serious one.
Yeah.
Not
So,
the- so James Bond.
So
then,
James
Rob?
Bond's been in the country. Yeah, I went round his house and knocked on the door, as I normally do, with all these celebs and that. And he said, "Come in." I was like, he wasn't at the door, so he left it open. "Come in. I'm in the bath," he said. He said, "There's soap going everywhere. It's all going along the floor, coming down the stairs." I said, "They should call you Bubble 07.
No, you can't be accused of laughing
Dan?
at your own jokes, can you? Yeah.
Dan, I'm on your page. Bottom jaw jokes.
Yeah.
I love you, Dan.
Right. We will do. Let's do a little bit about. Should we do guess the film before we do?
Guess
Guess
the
the
film.
film.
Before we
Guess
dive
the
into Stand By
film,
Me, we
guess
are
the
doing
film.
Stand By Me. It's coming up. Right, ready? Guess the film. Guess
Guess
the film. Guess the film. Guess the film.
Oh, damn.
It's wobbly, that test.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Laptops all over the place. Right, guess the film for 5 points. We know how it works. Just shout it out. 1998 psychological drama directed by Peter Weir.
Silence of the Lambs.
No.
Not 98.
Yeah, I think that was
That was
1991. Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
1991 that was, but no. Okay, 4 points. Oh,
No.
okay. Asthma
I
attack.
just remembered who the director was on the film I was going to say, and it's not.
4 points. All is not as it seems in the fictional place Sea Haven Island.
No.
This is
Again, the film I was thinking of was made.
It's good. It's got you thinking. There, you ain't got it straight away. I wrote these, as you can tell. Question 3. Cameras are everywhere.
Oh, yes.
Paul.
Truman Show.
Truman Show. Well done. This will be good. 3 point head start. Other 2 clues for 2 points. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good morning, and good night.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Yeah, I would have got it then.
And 1. Christoph is the creator, and Mr. Burbank is the star.
Psychological thriller. I'd have put it
Yeah, I
more
wouldn't
as a
have said
comedy.
psychological.
Yeah, I looked up how they sort of what they call the film, and it was like psychological.
Anyway,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I love Truman Show.
Yes, I do. Yes, Paul.
One thing we've done on the last one, charades.
Oh, we
Charades,
did
okay.
do charades, yeah.
So the
'Cause it
plan was,
Christmas themed,
I was
yeah.
going to do some little things and draw a film out of the hat.
Yeah.
And I'd have to do it. However, I haven't had a chance to do that. However, using that word again,
Yeah.
I used Siri, ChatGTP to choose this guy's gone off again. Choose a random film. Now I asked, what did I ask it earlier, Robert?
You said something about.
Choose a random classic film from
Yeah.
the 1980s.
Yes, so you're gonna do a charade for us, are
And
you?
I'm doing a charade.
Okay.
So,
Okay, we're gonna try and guess that. We're trying to describe what he's doing as well, so people can join in.
right.
Okay, he's standing up.
No, I'm going to go and sit down.
Oh, he's gonna go and sit down. Okay,
Right.
it's not stand by me. No, he's standing by me. Okay, yeah.
Right.
Sit by me.
He's sit by me. He's sitting down. 80s film. This
Glasses
is it?
are
This
off.
is 80s.
Glasses are off. My dog's come in the room. I don't think that's part of the show, is
No.
it?
Four words.
4 words.
Hang on.
4 words.
Buzz will do.
He's picking up my dog.
So he appears to be
Driving a
driving,
car.
typed in something into a control panel, put his foot on the brake or accelerator.
This is the film? This isn't like the first word or anything.
This is the film, yeah.
Okay.
Not allowed to talk in charades, Paul.
Yeah. So he's driving.
So this is the whole thing, is it?
He's got a dog and
Yeah.
he's driving. Back to the Future.
Yes!
Jesus
course.
Christ.
Thanks, Arnie.
We should have.
You're telling me that you went to ChatGPT and asked for a random film
Yeah.
and it come up with Back to the Future?
And I even took a screenshot.
Suspect.
We should have said Back to the Future as soon as he
There you go.
stood up.
There it
should have
says there.
done.
That's the answer in the middle.
Jesus.
Rob was here when I asked it.
God. Of all the films, I thought I was going to try and get all the way through without, although I did mention it earlier. Right, Stand By Me. This is what people are tuning in
let's
for.
get back to what actually
Oh.
we're supposed to be
Stand
doing.
By Me.
Change subject.
Yes. What? We off?
Change subject.
Sorry, my dog is just coming licking his balls right next to us, so we'll just try to ignore him. Stand By Me.
Buzz lick balls.
Lick balls. What a classic this is.
Yeah.
Absolute classic.
It
Love
took me years to watch this. I mean, I only watched it probably in the last 4 or 5 years.
I think I watched bits of it when I was a child, bits of it,
Yeah.
and then really caught up with it then probably last year was the first time I really sat down and appreciated it.
Yeah, I never watched this as a young kid because what happens in it? Oh, these kids go and find a dead body. It's like, all right, what? And the body comes to life and turns into a zombie or something like that? Nope.
Where the robots?
Yeah.
Aliens?
Do they get abducted in the woods
No,
by aliens?
nothing.
So all the story was as a kid is
It's
They
a
find a dead body.
nostalgic film in the 80s about the 50s.
yeah.
So we're looking for nostalgia
Yeah.
now. Isn't people for then looking for nostalgia?
It's like going back to 1999.
Oh,
If we-
really?
If we did it now, I worked it out.
Jeez.
Because it was filmed in 86 and they went to 59. So if my maths is correct, that's like us now
29 years.
going back to 99. Is that right? No, it wasn't fit. No,
You said 86 and goes back to...
59.
Oh, 50, I thought you said...
Yeah,
some reason I
that's
thought you said-
27, isn't it?
Yeah.
So back to it's like us going back to 1999. But yeah, it's great. It's a beautiful film, really. I love it.
It is.
But
It
when
is a
you
really
but
good
when
film.
you're a very young kid, there's not much appeal.
No, not really.
What certificate is it?
The older you get, yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have seen it back in 86 when it came out then.
No. I watched it in the 90s and yeah, enjoyed it. But as an adult, you enjoy it even more.
Yeah, I was just oddly emotional, I must say.
Yeah.
I found it very emotional.
Yeah, yeah.
Just kind of looking back and like you think about your own friends and your own adventures that you used to have,
Yeah.
cruising around on BMXs and
Yeah.
knock and run and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Stuff you used to do before you sit on your ass and play computer games all day.
Well,
Yeah.
I did that as well.
But when he
Well, I didn't have computer games. Well, you did, but you didn't.
Yeah.
You know, they were crap. You wanted
Yeah.
to get out.
Yeah, 1986, obviously, Rob Reiner was the director. He did Princess Bride and Harry Met Sally. It's a bit like the Goonies, isn't it?
It's that classic format that the 80s like borrows up so much. Four friends getting on their bikes and
Yeah.
moving around.
Yeah.
Also, Goonies, E.T.,
Yeah.
Stand By Me, Stranger Things borrowed from it.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
As
actually.
a kid, I'd have preferred
Walking
the
along
Goonies.
the train tracks, I never got that when I watched Stranger Things, oddly. But then I
Right.
was just like, saw that bit. I was like, oh, of course.
Oh, yeah.
That's
and they're
what
putting
they're...
the meat out to try and clear that, yeah.
That's brilliant.
There's elements of this film I felt I was watching the Goonies.
Yeah.
I mean, the bit when in the treehouse, that scene kind of reminded me at the beginning when they arrive and Chunk turns up at the Goonie house.
Yes.
I mean, there's little bits like that. It it was kind of made around the same time.
Because he
But
comes in with a story, doesn't he? Like Vern does, like Chunk does. And he's like saying, hey, you guys, I've got something to tell you. And
there
Chunk's-
felt a lot of...
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
Yes, but slightly for the older audience, isn't it? The Goonies, the whole idea was you get treasure. You know, to get the treasure in the pirate ship. With this film, they were going to look for a body. Even if they never found the body, they could have still done this
They're
film.
on a quest.
Yeah.
On a quest, on a mission, on an adventure.
This would
just
still
like
work, wouldn't it?
at the time of Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that, where it was just like everyone's imagination was being sort of.
Well, this is Stephen King, based on a Stephen King book. So,
That's it, yeah.
you know, back when we were children, we wouldn't have probably heard of Stephen King or watched or seen any of his work because it was not age appropriate.
Yeah, The Body, which came out in 1982, he wrote that. This is one of his favourite adaptations. Changed it from, it was going to call it The Body, but they said it sounded a bit like either a bodybuilding film or a porno or an adult film. So they called it Stand By Me.
But it does remind me of something I would have done then. You know, when I was their ages. You know, go and someone says, "Oh, there's such and such." You get on your bikes, and you go and explore.
Yeah, because this is set in 1959. Their child is a bit similar to ours in the 80s, wasn't it? We still went out and went away. You didn't have to text your mum. You didn't have to.
No, I never camped out without telling my
No,
mum or
no, I didn't
something
camp
like that,
out.
But maybe that's because we're not in America.
Yeah.
America was different back then.
If you lived in a massive area like that, you probably would camp out and have fun.
But if you said to Emil or Freddie, like, "Oh, there's a dead body somewhere," They probably go on their phone and just like text their mates. So have you seen it? You know, wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Our childhood was similar to the 50s, but not now. You know, it's completely different.
I'm glad I was born when I was born.
Yeah. Michael Jackson was going to do the song for this. Did you know that, Paul?
No, I didn't know
Michael
that.
Jackson's fan, but they decided that they'd just keep the original. He was going to cover "Stand by Me."
I think it's best with the original.
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
I'm not saying I wouldn't like Michael
I don't think
Jackson
that
to
would've
do
worked.
it, but
No.
I think the original
Yeah.
because the original sounds
He'd be going like,
50s.
Shaman and all that all the time, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Moonwalking.
And when they're finding the body, they find a bit of body there, and it's like, it's just another part of him.
Yeah, you don't want Michael. Who we got in this?
When
then?
they stabbed him.
We got Richard Dreyfuss, narrator,
Yeah.
and then we got some.
He looks so different without his beard.
Yeah, some great names here. Wil Wheaton, River Phoenix,
Wheaton.
Corey Feldman, Jerry O'Connell, Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, Kiefer.
He was annoying in this, and I hated him in this.
Well, you're supposed to, aren't you?
He's
He was
great.
the bad guy.
Great
It
actor.
looks like he just literally gone from filming Lost Boys to do Stand By Me.
Well,
doesn't he?
yeah. So I've read a few things that David was he David in Lost Boys? I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
So same character. So
Right.
did he drink the blood and do all that?
So this could be before he actually
Yes.
turned. That's a variant. So it's a shared universe.
Because it's similar character, isn't
Same
it?
hair and
But then it wouldn't explain Corey Feldman.
No, forget about him.
You
It's a guy
can't
who
just
looks
have
like him.
some of it being the same character. No, it doesn't work that way.
It could be. It could work in a way.
Although his Corey Feldman's character in Lost Boys was very military-esque.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. John Cusack obviously he's in it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Come on, I was like, oh, it's John Cusack. I forgot about that. I forgot he was
Yeah.
in this.
And there was the dad was in Twins. I was like,
I think
recognised.
what I've recognised him from.
He was the chap who was chasing the suitcase
right.
from Dan DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Cool.
The delivery man.
Yeah. I looked at their ages, and this is roughly because they could have been born before or after it was filmed. But River Phoenix was 16 in this, and Vern, which is Jerry O'Connell, was about 12, 13.
Right.
He was a lot younger, but you just think of them all the same age, don't you?
That's done very well because you do think of them as the same age.
Yeah.
Very, very well done.
And a lot of them are in films together in other films. For example, I looked this up. Corey Feldman and Gordie's mum, who's Frances Lee McCain. They were both in Gremlins.
Yeah.
Eyeball and who was Eyeball's River.
Yeah, his dad, his older
His brother, yeah. So River Phoenix and Bradley Gregg, they were in Explorers and Last Crusade together. Some 80s films there. And Dreyfuss and Jerry O'Connell were in Piranha 3D. Was that the one with Kelly Brook?
I have no idea. I've never seen it.
I just remember Kelly Brook.
The only other film I've
three double D, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think I've only ever seen 2 other films with Jerry O'Connell in.
Kangaroo Jack?
Oh shit, he was in that as well.
Yeah, I've not seen it, but
Was it Kangaroo Jack or Kangaroo Joe?
Jack.
Kangaroo Jack. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I forgot about him. No, I was going to say Scream
Right.
2, Scream 2, because he was the boyfriend,
Yeah.
and Jerry Maguire.
Oh, was he?
Yes, he was Cush.
Cool.
Was it Cush in Jerry Maguire?
Right.
Seen it once.
You only seen Jerry Maguire once.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, seriously, you guys, right? Do not.
We've seen it, Paul.
Yeah, but you've only seen it once.
Well, it's not worth seeing a second time.
No. I never rated Jerry Maguire.
I've seen it, but like this is the thing:
Yeah.
you watch films
Yeah.
Yeah.
rather than not watch films, and then decide, yeah, seen it.
Should we talk about Alien and Aliens? Scott, have you seen Aliens?
I have seen
Oh, have you seen
Aliens.
Aliens?
I haven't seen that. I know, we're doing Stand By Me.
Right.
Dan, oh God. I think you and I, Dan, should do a podcast together.
Right, should we set up an adventure and go and try and find his dead body and
Yeah.
go through the film, yeah?
Let's go.
Let's go through Stand By Me.
I'll get my BMX.
Okay, it starts off with that. I love that lovely nostalgic music. It is Stand By
It
Me.
is
isn't
Stand
it?
By Me, but like,
Yeah.
kind of like not orchestral, but yeah, a different adaptation to it.
Yeah, and you know the shot, it starts off, the shot is looking at the guy in the Jeep.
That's not Dreyfuss, is it?
It's not Dreyfuss, no.
I spotted that.
It's a bit like with Back to the Future where they filmed scenes
Rob.
with thingy. Sorry,
Bringing that up again.
where they filmed scenes with
I think you're obsessed with that film.
what's his name? Who was it? Eric Stoltz. But they kept this in. Like
Yeah.
They did that. So it's a guy called David Jukes, and he was originally cast for it, but they kept that scene, and then it switches to inside the Jeep,
And they thought we wouldn't notice.
and it's Dreyfus. He's reading the paper, and it's quite sad.
Yeah.
And in the paper,
But you don't know at the time what he means and why he's so sad.
Yeah, the
And he
headline.
sees the carry on.
Yeah, do you know the headline?
Wow, it's the River Phoenix's
Yeah.
characters.
Attorney Christopher
is,
Chambers, fatally stabbed in a
stabbed.
restaurant.
Then those two boys drive past.
I like that bit.
Oh, drive past. They cycle past. And
Yeah.
it's like, that's what we used to be like.
Yes, just what I thought. Yeah,
And that's where we went off on this whole writing adventure.
Yeah.
And the narration of the story.
and it was September the 4th, 1985 was the paper. So we're in 1985, and he goes back to 1959, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And I love that line.
Strange that.
Which we said at the start,
1955 to
1959.
1959.
And he says, "I was
Time travelling, yeah?
No, not sorry. No. I was 12 going on 13. First time I saw a dead human body. It happened in the summer of 1959, long time ago, but only if you measure it in terms of years."
Yeah, I picked up on that. That's a nice phrase.
I paused it and had a moment of thought then.
Yeah,
I thought, wow.
It's philosophical almost.
Yeah, because your school days seemed like yesterday. Maybe not for you, Paul, but your school days seemed like yesterday, didn't they? But
School, can't remember.
But only if you measure it in years.
yeah, I thought it was a lovely line.
I can measure it in decades.
Castle Rock.
Mind you, we would have both all left school in the same decade, though. Just some of us.
Yes.
Yes.
Earlier in the decade.
Yeah, okay,
than-
yeah, we'll let you off. Castle Rock, and then that cool treehouse. That's a great scene there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, a bit like the Goonies. Castle Rock is actually, what's the director called? Did we say Rob Reiner, was it? His production company is called Castle Rock.
Right.
So it must be from this, mustn't
I
it?
thought I'd hear. Is that like it's got a lighthouse?
Yeah.
It's a black. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And we meet three of the guys: Teddy, Gordie, and Chris playing cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's where I got Castle Rock from, because I watched Shawshank Redemption
Right.
earlier in the week, and remember it's a Castle Rock film.
Right. Okay. Another one of Stephen King's
Yeah.
short stories. So this was with it. This was with he did some short stories, didn't he?
Novelette or novella, something like that. A short.
Yeah.
It's basically a short story.
Short story, yeah.
Well, you're saying short stories, and this is going off now, but wasn't Creepshow, wasn't they short stories of Stephen King's? Creepshow.
Don't
I've
know.
seen
You never heard of it?
No.
No. I've heard of Peep Show.
it. You would.
Yeah, Creepshow. You must have heard, no?
No, we
No.
haven't.
Oh,
No.
Jesus.
No.
Next.
Vern arrives, and he's got news, and he's straight, and he says,
You guys want to go see a dead body?
Finally gets their attention. And like the
"I
way
ran all the way
Yeah.
home."
Oh, that wine nub's just like, yeah, I've been doing that with my friends. My friends have done that to me.
Yeah. Go on, say it again. We're listening to
Okay.
listen again.
Well,
I ran all the way
Oh, for heaven's
home.
sake,
Yeah.
guys!
Yeah.
Definitely done that.
Yeah.
Been on the receiving end and done it to my
Yeah.
mates as well.
Yeah. So he's heard of.
Yeah.
He's heard his brother say, hasn't he, about a dead body
Yeah.
when he was underneath the house trying
Looking
to
for
find
his pennies.
pennies. Surely you know roughly where you
Well, this is Vern.
Which one would have been you when you were younger out of these four?
That is a question.
I probably would have been a bit boring and been Gordie, but
I
about
guess I would have been. I wasn't. I was a skinny kid,
yeah,
but I'd be closest personality-wise to Vern, I imagine.
it's Vern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say probably River Phoenix.
You'd have been him. You're the cool one.
Well, no, I wouldn't say so much the cool one, but adventurous. And I mean,
Yeah.
we would. I mean, when we were younger, and we were, we'd go out and do stuff. And I mean, you can't do it now. You from Abingdon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you know at the end of down Radley Road, you got the dip,
Yeah.
Kennet Road,
Yeah.
and then you got the Bebont thing.
Yeah.
So under there's a little storm drain.
And you found a body.
No, we didn't find a body, but this is an example of things we
clown
used to get
grabbed you.
up to.
A clown grabbed you from
But
the
we
storm drain.
went and got our skateboard
Yeah.
and skateboarded up the storm drain.
Yeah.
And then there's this tunnel goes all the way up underneath the houses and comes up down by Peachcroft Park.
Right.
No, it's all blocked off now.
Yeah.
You can't
American
get in, it's
listeners
caged
know
off.
exactly
But that's the
where
sort of
we're
thing we
going.
would do. And then we used to go off looking for like tunnels and bits and bobs.
Yeah.
And, do those sort of adventures.
So you'll be
So
Chris then.
I think so.
Gordie goes and he wants to get his canteen from home. So
Yeah, so
we
you
realise
find
his
out
home
about
life.
his His brother's passed away.
Yeah, 4 months ago.
In a Jeep accident.
Do you reckon that accident was caused by Ace? The way he drives?
Yeah.
Possibly.
This is my theory. Yeah, right. And his dad's like, his dad is a bit of a knobhead. I know he's grieving, but he just kind of,
Football.
yeah.
American football, son.
Yeah,
That's the only way.
Gordon's a writer, you're a bit of a wimp, a bit of a
Yeah.
pussy. Football.
Football.
Not writing, you big girl's blouse. I want a son who plays football. Why can't you have friends like these, he says, isn't he? Bit mean. Anyway, they start their adventure, don't they? Off they go. They get a gun.
Yes. That's as you do.
Shoots it.
Jesus.
My dad, I think that he used them himself, shooting at beer cans while he was drunk. Is it loaded? Hell no. What do you think I am? Jesus! Let's get out of here! Come on! Gordie did it! Gordie legit!
It's American.
But that is, I was going to say, that is America, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'd have probably got, back then, probably a cap gun.
Wow.
Do you
Can
remember?
you get cap guns anymore?
I don't know, can you? I remember the smell of them.
Yeah.
I bet you
We used
can
to
on
get the
Amazon.
roll, paper reel, didn't you?
But a cap gun doesn't fire anything, so it'd be pointless taking it, wouldn't it?
No, but you used to put a roll of
Yeah.
thing in and
Used
it,
to be fun.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang.
yeah,
Yeah.
I used to love my cap gun.
Yeah, cap guns were cool, weren't they? That's it, little red thing that you put in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And had a little dip with like whatever it was, gunpowder.
Yeah.
I say gunpowder, it sounds cooler.
Yeah. So they realise they've got to walk 20 or 30 miles to go and find... They're going to find the body, basically, aren't they?
Along the railway tracks.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. They got no food, but Vern's got a comb, so he wants
Yeah.
to look good.
Yeah, he said he wanted to take his comb so he could do his hair if the press,
Yeah.
photographs of the press.
No money. Now, I worked this out.
Well, mate, if you've got no money anyway, there's no shops down there.
Well, they found a
They
shop.
found a shop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I worked out they had $2.37 on them.
Yeah.
So I've done an inflation calculator.
Oh, well done.
I went on the computer and looked up
Martin
the-
Lewis.
Yes. Now I know this is dollars, but let's just say it's pounds. So if they had £2.37 on them, that
1959.
yeah, the equivalent to that now is about 45 quid.
Wow.
Jesus. Buffet.
So there's a bit of money on them, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because when you watch it, you think, oh my god, they only had £2. They're going to buy nothing for that.
And they got the cokes, burgers, and buns.
That's it, yeah.
Full English.
Wow.
You wouldn't get it now, would you? You wouldn't go to a shop now if you went on an adventure and we'd buy some mincemeat.
Yeah. Make a fire.
You'd buy a bacon roll, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Come back with it or something. Or...
Make a spaghetti bolognese on the campfire.
Yeah. £2.37. $2.37. Which I think, wasn't that the room in The Shining, 237?
It could well be.
That's what I thought. The train comes along and Teddy's,
I'm going to dodge it.
yeah. Do you think he was going to dodge it? Do you think he was going to kill himself?
No, he's
No,
going to dodge
he'd
it.
have dodged
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, last minute he would have jumped.
He was a little bit troubled, I thought, and I just, yeah. Yeah, but he has to, what I love about it is they have to skin it after they've had this little argument that pulled him off.
Yeah,
It's like-
things like that really mattered back
Yes, and it really did to him, didn't it?
Yeah.
To Chris. He was like, we got a shake on it, just forget about that. We're still friends, we move on.
then. Yeah.
It's a very important thing. And we get the junkyard scene. This is cool. Do you like junk? Ever been in a junkyard?
Yeah.
Do you still get junkyards?
No.
You do.
Well, you do, but they're not like they used to.
No.
They're called scrap yards. But yeah, you do, definitely do.
Yeah, if you need
There's
like
one
a
in
Burnsfield,
mirror.
down the road
there's
still
one
there.
Is it?
There's been Burnsfield one again.
Beresford one used to be good. You used to go there all the time, get bits from
I
the
remember
metro.
going with my dad. Yeah,
All our
getting-
listeners around the world and around the country, I have no idea where we're talking about. But yeah, you definitely get scrap yards and junk yards. Yeah.
yeah.
But you can't go nowadays and go and do bits yourself because they say health and
No, I
Yeah.
think they do that themselves.
Because I remember like climbing over cars and
Yeah.
getting inside. My dad would be like, "Can you get in there and get that
Yeah.
whatever it is out that car?"
Alternator, let's
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah, I used to go all the time and get bits from my car.
It used to be good fun, didn't it?
Used to be an afternoon out. Let's go to the scrapyard.
I like it when they get there and I don't know which one of them says it, but it says, "Hey Vern, looks like your mum's been out driving again." Mum jokes. Classic mum jokes of kids.
You want to get Freddie to say that about your missus.
And so they've gone there to get some water, haven't they? Because they need to get some water for their canteens. Another classic line made me laugh was they're all sat around. He says, "You guys been watching the Mickey Mouse Club lately?" He said, "I think Annette's tits are getting bigger." And then Gordie say, "I've noticed the A&E is starting to sort of bend around the sides." And he goes like that around the sides. Again, that's what you're talking about, wasn't it? If he was 12, 13.
Yeah.
And then Vern goes, Annette's tits are great. This is a really good time. Better than the conversation at home, isn't it? With your mum and dad? Yeah.
Nothing else to worry
We're
about.
talking about Annette's tits. We're chilling out. We're having a burger. Well, we're not having a burger yet, but yeah. So Annette, I looked up Annette. I don't know how you pronounce the surname. Finicillo? Something like that.
Mm.
She was a presenter of the Mickey Mouse Club. She was, I don't know, late teens at the time. So I guess when they were 12, 13, it was someone who they fancied on telly.
See, again, my mind goes to Cat Deeley and the Saturday morning thing. But now she's middle-aged.
Yeah.
Presenting this morning now. I don't even know her. What do kids watch these days?
They don't.
Mr. Beast, YouTube.
Yeah. It wouldn't be anyone presenting on telly, would it?
No.
Don't watch telly. Gordie goes to the shop, and before he goes to the shop, one of the famous lines in it.
Shut up.
I don't shut up.
Shut up. I grow up. And when I look at you, I throw up.
Weirdly, right, my kid said this like a couple of years ago, and I thought, oh, that reminds me of something. And then when I watched this film again, I thought, of course it's from that, but they couldn't have got it from that because they didn't know the film.
They must have done though.
Yeah, or someone who watched the film.
Yeah.
Gordie gets back from getting the food. This is a good scene.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the scenes I remember. And the old boys aren't there, are they?
And they're just scampering up
Yeah.
and over the edge. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Where are you guys?" And then the junk man sees him.
Yeah. He shouts. No, what is it he says? Chop a sick.
I eat chop a sickum.
Yeah. But what I heard was
So he said, "Chop a sickum."
Yeah.
What I heard was chop a sick balls.
And he's legging it.
Yeah.
But he looks around and it's like a Labrador sort of
Yeah.
thing? Yeah. It looked like a friendly dog, I thought. When I just thought this was like a Rottweiler. And
You're
Yeah.
supposed to, the myth.
Yeah.
You're supposed to kind of be more scared of it than.
Yeah. Thinking this when I was younger, I thought, here comes a Rottweiler. Hold on, it's a Labrador thing. Yeah. Chopper was my first lesson in the vast difference between myth and reality.
Yeah.
That's a good line. And then they go off. The Lollipop song.
Mhm.
Lollipop, lollipop.
It's good seeing all the things that kids would listen to back then and sing.
Yeah.
That kind of like what's the thing they all sing together? It's like about a commando. Or something
Yeah,
like
Paladin. Is it Paladin or something?
Paladin, yeah. So let's have a Saturday morning cartoon show or something like that back then.
Yeah.
So that's what they're into.
Yeah, and they're singing Lollipop. Doom, doom, doom. Which would be, like kids singing something 3 or 4 years ago. Because one of the songs, I think it's coming up in a minute actually, they play like Buddy Holly every day.
Yeah.
Every day. And I think he died 59, didn't he? So he would have been big in the charts back then. Do you know he was only 22 when he died?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. All those hits he done. Chris and Gordie, they're like basically like brothers, aren't they? They're very close.
Yeah.
And Chris sort of saying like, "Oh, next year this is good." He sort of says next year we'll be split up because they go into secondary school for us.
Junior high.
Yeah.
And they'll be put in different courses and different classes depending on their test abilities, I guess.
Because he's quite the intelligent one, isn't
Gordie is the writer.
he? Yeah.
Gordie's got the imagination and the English literature skills and stuff like that, where the other guys are just put to work in shop.
Yeah. He says, Chris says to him, "If you hang with us, you're just going to be another wise guy with shit for brains." It cuts to the other two. It's like, who do you think it went out of Mighty Mouse and Superman? So it proves my point.
Yeah.
Mighty Mouse is a cartoon. Superman's real. And he discusses Gordie's future as well. And Chris is like, "Oh, you're just a kid. You're just a kid, Gordie. You sound like my dad." And he's like, "I wish I was your dad to look after you." Yeah. So he really looks after Gordie, doesn't he? That's what I thought, anyway. Probably the most famous scene now. Then, should we talk about the famous scene, the bridge, the train.
Yes. Awesome.
If you say "Stand by Me,"
people do think about the train tracks.
Yeah.
And the bridge scene.
the bridge scene is the famous one, isn't it? They had 4 small people on the wide shots because they obviously didn't send the kids over the bridge. And then obviously the train wasn't as close. It's like camera tricks when it was coming towards them.
Yeah. There's a moment when you're watching it, I think, well, there's no way they'd make that. They're about to get mullered.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Vern's like crawling as well. Isn't
Yeah.
He? It's like, get up, you idiot. He drops his cone and then, yeah. But what I love is he looks, Gordie, just before he sort of puts his hands on the track.
Yeah.
I guess you feel a bit of vibration
Yeah, you
coming.
definitely do.
And he
You hear
looks
it.
once, looks twice, and all of a sudden you see the smoke.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
It's done really well, isn't it?
It's not foreboding. It's the silence more is kind of like the thing that scares you the most.
Because it is deadly quiet going across it, isn't it? I think the director was shouting at them behind because they wasn't scared enough, so he was behind them shouting and getting them really sort of worked up. That's why they had the looks on their face. Because two of them made it quite easy, but then the other two just had to jump off.
Well, Vern was crawling and then Gordie was stuck behind him trying to get... Come on,
lad ass.
Just makes it. The campsite scene, this is quite nice actually. This is when they sort of...
Hell, I'd love to have done that when I was a kid.
they bond a bit more, don't they? And boys talking shit, you know.
Smoking.
Yeah. He said I got some cigarettes or something for later, doesn't he? So.
Yeah, they're smoking after a meal.
Yeah.
I suppose I haven't got the whiskey.
It was lettuce leaves they were smoking apparently, because the director was quite against smoking. Vern drops his meat. This is a funny line, and he says, "Now what am I supposed to eat?" He said, "Why don't you cook your dick? It'd be a small meal." Again, wee lads, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the sort of thing you'd say
Lads,
nowadays.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, Gordie has a story to tell, doesn't he?
Yeah, one of his stories.
So this is one of his stories. This
Which
is
is one he created, yeah. So he's just like making up all these stories, the great imagination. Again, to kids nowadays, they'd be like, oh, okay, let's look at their phone. But
yeah. No one's going to tell a story, are they?
They had very limited TV, probably comic books.
Yep.
Had to use a lot more of their imagination. No phones or video games.
No.
So this was great for them. Entertainment.
Well, like you say, TV. Lucky to have a TV in '59.
And Gordie was the king of kind of inventing stories and keeping people entertained.
Again, this is another bit which reminds me of the Goonies with Chunk, because he, comes up when he's on the phone to the police, says, and then obviously made reference to another film, but he's making up stories.
Yeah, and his story is about lard ass, and it's disgusting, isn't it?
It's horrible.
Have you seen the scene? Obviously, the lard ass story is he wants to get revenge on everyone, doesn't he? So he does some stuff before.
Bathorama.
Bathorama.
Yeah, he calls it Bathorama.
And there's they were doing the pie eating contest, obviously. If you look carefully, you see, the kid who is the dead body at the end, Ray Brower, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's in that scene.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Now, if you look carefully, the twins that go, they shout something like "chow down," like something like that, and then later on he says, "Oh, the twins puke on each other" or something. He is just behind them. He's in the middle of them.
That's brilliant. That's a nice little Easter egg there.
Yeah. Everyone's barfing, yeah. Mayor Grundy barfed on his wife's tits. That line. Their tits mad, aren't they, these boys? It's brilliant. The one bit I thought was odd is they talk about their favourite food, didn't they? What food would you eat?
No, we talked about the things that seemed the most important things to talk about.
Yes.
For kids of that age.
Yeah.
It was just like, if Daffy's a duck and Mickey's a mouse.
Yeah.
And Pluto's a dog. Or what's Goofy?
Yeah.
Well, he's a dog. Well, he drives a car. You know, all those things you're just thinking about. And it was
But then Mickey drives a car, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Goofy is a dog. I've looked at that.
Oh, absolutely. Goofy's a dog. But it's just, those are the things that matter to you as a kid.
Yeah.
And actually, nerds of middle age kind of often think the classic thing of who would win, Thor or Superman.
Yeah.
Hulk or Superman.
I'm sure when I was younger, I had a conversation with what is Goofy.
Well, it's probably based upon this.
Yeah.
If you could eat only one food, what would it be? It was like Pez. Cherry colour Pez.
Yeah, that's those little sweets.
Yeah.
Right.
In those plastic.
Yeah, you used to the head flip back and.
What else did they talk about in that scene? I can't remember. It was the Goofy thing was overarching, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They just kept on going forwards and backwards.
Yes. Yeah, that was good.
What is Goofy?
But the movie poster has that line on it. It's like, if I could only eat one food the rest of my life, what would it be? It's easy. Cherry flavoured Pez. That's on the poster. There's a couple of posters. Yeah, out of all the lines you could have
an odd one
for this film, surely it'd be, do you want to go and see a dead body? Or
that is an odd one.
Yeah,
there's plenty of other lines I'd have used other than that. I wonder what the reason was. They stand guard for the gun in the scene. The one with Vern. He keeps going,
Vern's brilliant.
he's looking round.
That's why that would be me.
It's like a cartoon like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Different sounds and noises, and he's just twitching left, right, and centre.
And I wouldn't trust Teddy with a gun.
Uh-uh.
No, bless him.
Wouldn't trust any 12-year-old.
No, good point. Yeah. Yeah, stand guard because they hear those coyotes. That was creepy though. You hear those coyotes, and it sounds like a woman screaming. They said, didn't they? Which is even eerier. A baby crying. That's the worst one.
No, yeah, that would be horrible.
If you're in the woods and you hear a baby cry, whoa.
Sod that.
No. Chris reveals that he did steal the milk money. They had a bit of a conversation about this, didn't
Yeah,
they?
that was at the beginning. That was referenced at the beginning. But gave it back. But the woman he gave it back to said, "Well, it's already reported as stolen, so I'll take it."
Yeah, so trust issues, isn't it? Straight away, it's like
yeah.
you can't trust if your teacher's doing that.
Yeah.
To shit on him.
Yeah. What chance have I got?
Yeah, because she turns up with a new
dress or
skirt or something, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I feel sorry for Chris because, like he says, his family is sort of branded as the low lives, aren't they? A bit like Dan thinks we are, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice theme for everyone as well, because that goes on today.
Yeah.
People can be labelled as, well, I'm not getting into politics, but from certain ethnic backgrounds.
Yeah, it could be,
and you've got it stacked up against you.
Yeah, straight away. Yeah.
But everyone's got it in them for the potential to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, exactly. And he did do well in the end, didn't he?
Yeah.
This is what I was surprised because obviously we all know he went to be an attorney. Like, who would have thought Chris then would then go and be an attorney? So he turned his life around, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Chris. I tell you what, the 4 actors in this, as if you were watching 4 kids going out.
Yeah, they're very, very good actors.
It wasn't like you was watching the film. It's like you was watching you're just following these kids around having a crack.
That's why it's such a great film. So
I couldn't think of anyone else who
remembered.
could have done those roles.
I really think
I was thinking if Culkin was older back, because he wasn't probably even.
He's been too young.
He'd have been about sort
But
of
he would have
6 or
been.
7.
I reckon he would have fitted in nicely.
Yeah.
If he was the right age.
Yeah. Which one would he have been?
Probably Gordie.
Gordie. Yeah, I was going to say Gordie.
Well, Wil Wheaton's famous for lots of. He went on to be Wesley Crusher, and become quite synonymous in geek circles.
Right. Okay.
I've only ever seen him in one other film, Toy Soldiers.
Oh,
No, Toy Soldiers. This is Toy Soldiers, not the. It's the one where they're at school. Take the school.
I know he was briefly, wasn't he, in Last Starfighter? We mentioned. Remember, he was a kid in the red jacket.
Is that Wil Wheaton?
Yeah, we mentioned it.
Yeah,
Remember, we
Dan,
mentioned
I
it. Yeah,
remember.
last year. Yeah. I don't think he had like a major scene or anything, but he was in it.
I did watch that film.
You did?
No.
No.
Doesn't surprise me. It didn't have Michael J. Fox in it. The deer scene was quite nice.
Yeah.
I like this. I don't know what it symbolises. You can look up as different things. But
Well, maybe it's just like, because I've had similar situations when I've been out about and you think, either a deer or a fox or something like that, and you just freeze and pause, and then you just you don't think call the guys or call mum or whatever. You just think,
and you just keep it to yourself. Some things it's just nice to think. Yeah.
Have to yourself.
These days it's straight on Facebook, straight on
That's
Instagram.
it.
But you just I like that. It just symbolises a little bit of silence. Some people say, "Oh, was it his brother?" or things like that. But it's just for me, it was just he saw a deer.
Saw a deer. It had that contact with nature that
Kept it to himself. Yeah.
is so special.
Yeah. Ace, they decide to go and find the body. Mm-hmm. So they're on their way now, but they're driving. They've already done mailbox baseball.
Yeah.
That was a bit earlier on, wasn't it? They're an older version of these guys, but they are his gang are knobheads, whereas Chris's gang are genuine guys that just.
But generally just after an adventure, whereas the other one's just out to cause trouble.
Yeah, they're like.
But they had nothing. Again, they had nothing else to do. They didn't have jobs.
No, because at the start when he nicked his hat, he knew it was his dead brother's hat, and Ace nicked it, didn't he? And then Ace is pinning down Chris on the floor. This is earlier on,
And his older brothers.
and his brother's just like watching, laughing.
Yeah.
Well, he's encouraged him, isn't he?
That
Well, you don't talk to him like that. You're going to take it back.
I mean, it shows what family Chris was from, wasn't it? Again, that's why he done well to get out. Another famous scene was the leeches.
Yes.
Scene this
Oh,
pond.
yeah, that's gross. Anyway, he puts his hands down his trousers.
You didn't have to do the action there, Paul. We didn't need to see that.
Sorry.
Take it out now, please. Thank you.
Okay.
That's
Thanks, Mum. Yeah.
I don't want to spray around. Oh, God.
Gross.
They built that especially, that little pond, because they didn't want kids going into a pond. You know what's going to be in there. But
Leeches.
they built it 3 months before. So the time they got to film that, it was basically like going in some stagnant, manky pond. As soon as they jumped in, like fell in, I thought to myself, "Oh, they're mobile phones."
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought was like, "Shit, your phone." The phobia of doing that, you know.
I don't know. I never really had that. I don't jump in ponds nowadays. I was probably too old by the time.
Have you stopped doing that? Oh, okay. And they're prattling around in there, aren't they? They're having a bit of a laugh. I do like that. Again, boys are boys, trying to dunk each other.
Trying to drown each other,
Yeah.
Messing around in the swimming pool when you were younger.
And then they pin down Gordie, and then all of a sudden Gordie's like,
Vern, there's something on your neck. Yeah, right. I'm not falling for that one a chance. No, Vern, there is something on your neck. It's a leech. Leeches! Oh, my God!
would they attach you that quick, leeches?
I no experience with leeches,
no.
so I don't know. One can only assume so.
You telling me a leech hasn't attached you this week? No?
Not this week.
No, okay.
No.
They dry off, don't they?
Very quickly.
Yeah.
And their clothes are very clean.
Yes. You're right. Because it was quite hot because, you know,
Yeah.
the time of year, but I don't know how hot it was there in America, but yeah, you wouldn't dry that quick, would you? And you'd be a
And
cold.
that's all
for a
they
bit.
had. They didn't have like spare clothes or anything like that.
No. I love it though. It's great. It's just travelling light and let's just go. Let's have a laugh. Right, they get to the body. This is the final, well, not the final scene, but towards the end of the film. They find the body. Gordie gets a bit emotional because I think it's sort of he realised he didn't cry at his brother's funeral.
Yeah.
didn't he?
So it's coming of age. Everyone's processing things in their life, and they realised it wasn't really about finding the body and getting famous. They had to do this for themselves to grow. Those four boys.
Because they were determined to get to the body. I think Gordie was just.
It was their quest.
Body.
It was their quest. It was something they had to do together.
And they didn't know what they could do when they just wanted to see it, didn't they? Another line Chris said was quite nice. Was, "You're going to be a great writer someday, Gordie. You might even write about us guys." Which is
If you're hard up for material,
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, I have to be quite hard up for material."
And then, of course, this is the story for it. Yeah. Ace turns up again, but Chris stands up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, fair play. He got some balls, hasn't he, those old boys? Like, even Teddy's, like, taking the piss out of him when they turn up. And Ace is there with a knife. Do you reckon he would have stabbed him? Or cut him?
I would say I don't think it would have killed him.
No, he wouldn't. I think he may have just
Yeah.
made a graze on his arm just to sort of
Yeah.
shit him up a bit.
But then you hear a gunshot. And he turns up, and then Gordie stands up to
Ace.
Ace. Yeah. What are you going to do? Shoot all of us? And he says, no, just you.
All I need to shoot is you. The rest will run.
And I reckon he would have shot him. Maybe not killed him, but I reckon he would have shot him.
Maybe.
Also, do you think when they went back to town that he got his own back on those kids, Ace?
Wow, this could
Afterwards.
Stand by me too.
Or would that have scared him off?
I reckon they would have done something. Yeah.
In the book, I think they take revenge.
Do they?
Yeah. Because it could have gone both ways. He could have been right, I'm not going to mess with those kids anymore, fair play to them. They stood up to themselves.
Yeah, I thought they would have turned around like they're not kids. They're sort of they're sort of small adults, and they stood up to us. They got some balls.
Yeah.
Because they kind of seem like bullies who prey on the vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I think they've shown that they're not quite so vulnerable because they stood up to him. So they would have got bored.
And they decided to make an anonymous phone call, didn't they? And ring in the body that way. And they walk back, barely speak.
We headed home, and although many thoughts raced through our minds, we barely spoke. We walked through the night and made it back to Castle Rock a little past 5 o'clock on Sunday morning, the day before Labor Day. We'd only been gone 2 days, but somehow the town seemed different, smaller.
It's like seeing that body for me was like the end of their childhood.
Yeah.
And they go back and start
Boys
secondary
became
school.
men.
Yeah. And then that lovely ending with the music as well. As time went on, we saw less and less of Teddy and Vern. Eventually, they became just two more faces in the halls. That was sad. But It's happened to me. Yeah, it must happen to you guys.
We all have friends that stay and friends that go.
Yeah, friends at primary school. You go to secondary school. You're probably best friends at primary school. You go to secondary school, you're in a different class, and you just see them now and then, and you drift apart. Oh, it's quite sad. I've got friends now, though. Don't worry.
This is why it was very emotional, because you just think about all those things.
Yeah.
And time's fleeting, really.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of childhood and doing stuff, and nowadays you've got to do grown-up shit.
Yeah,
Like,
this is getting depressing, isn't it? This podcast.
Well, I didn't find Stand By Me depressing, but just emotional, reflective.
Yeah.
Reflective.
Yeah, I loved it. I think it's such a good film.
It is.
But it makes you feel sad.
But it's not for kids. Like Goonies is a adventure for kids about a film about kids for kids. This is a film about kids for adults.
I never had any friends, not like the ones I had when I was 12. Jesus, does anyone? That was it. Was there a computer game?
Do you know what? I don't even know, because I assumed there wasn't. I've never heard of the fact that there was a computer game.
No, I can't see there being a computer game for this.
No.
What would it have been? You got to go around and
Find a dead body.
find a dead body. Yeah, that's not going to happen in a computer game, is it, for kids? No. Right, let's read out some memories from the film. Scott, you got something to start with?
Yeah, Retro Rob 83, Rob from Durham this is. Another Rob, not Rob Truffle Shuffle.
Cool name, isn't it?
I watched this as a kid. Me and my mates loved going on adventures that felt like it was miles away, but it wasn't. We used to have about £1.50 between four of us. Just the same. We weren't looking for dead bodies, like everything else was the same. So I think that's why I'm so attached to this movie, because it reminds me of better times. I think that's perfect.
Yeah,
it reminds you of better times.
Cool. Paul?
Got Michael Thomas Perrone from Long Island. One of my favourite movies of all time. It's one of the reasons why I wrote my debut novel, Danger Peak.
Oh, little plug there.
Yeah, nice. So let's give another plug. Danger Peak, and it's by who?
Michael Thomas Perrone.
There you go. Go and buy that book. There we go. It's a shout out for you there, mate.
I Wanted to Stand By Me, that took place in the 80s.
Cool. That's nice.
Okay.
Nice line.
Well, yeah, it's like not quite, because you said it would be looking back at 99, but
yeah.
You
want to go back?
You got one, Rob?
I've got one from my old man.
Your old man.
My dad, Bob Taylor from Sunnywell. I got him to watch this. Now he never watches films, but I knew he'd like this because he would have been about 12, 13
in 1959.
In 1959.
Perfect.
And so he doesn't watch films at all. He watched this and he says, "Took me back to when we were kids that age. I really enjoyed it."
Short, simple, straight to the point.
And I like it, yeah. So I knew he'd love it.
Michael Goldup from Kent. It's one for the family, and for me, growing up, it's all about going off exploring and enjoying being young and just being kids. It's a great film, which is timeless, and it's for all generations.
Cool, nice comment.
Just going back to Michael, while you've been doing yours, just been on Amazon, and on Amazon in the United Kingdom, there is Danger Peak.
Ah, look at that.
Look at that.
There you go, you can buy it on Kindle and even audiobook. And paperback.
If it's on audiobook, I've actually got a few vouchers. I've genuinely going.
Yeah, I've got a credit. So
right, if we're doing all this, Michael better give us a good comment on.
Checks in the. Better be in the.
We want a nice review, because we haven't had very nice ones recently.
And it's got 14 reviews on Amazon.
Well, let's make that 15.
And it's got 4.8 out of 5 out of global reviews. So there you go.
Above and beyond the Call of Duty there for us.
Yes, yeah. Michael, leave us a nice review, please.
You got another one there, Paul?
See, one of these reviews says I compare it to Stand By Me, The Goonies, and Stranger Things.
Ah, cool.
So there you go. Right, sorry. Steve Brown from Abingdon. Great film, reminds me of a softer version of The Outsiders. Brilliant acting by teenagers with their different emotions during the movie. Sad ending, however, glad you guys recommended it.
Cheers, Steve. And happy birthday, Steve, for the other day.
Happy birthday, Steve, yes.
For the other day. And you got one final one?
Yeah, Super 80s podcast friend.
They got podcast.
They're from the USA. My favourite is Vern smoking cigarettes. Makes me crack up every single time.
Brilliant. And I had a phone call in the week with one of our listeners.
Oh, yes. Good old Kim.
Stand By Me super fan. And I phoned her up and I spoke to Kim, cherry flavoured Pez Ward.
Nice.
And this is how the phone call went.
Hello.
Hi Kim, how are you?
Hi, yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Excellent, thank you for joining us.
No problem.
So tell us when your love affair of Stand By Me started then.
Oh, wow. So it was going back, I think I must have been about 12. I remember seeing an advert on Channel 4 for it, and it took me back. I was like, oh, I quite like the look of that. So I pre-set the VHS ready to record it, and
Nice.
went from there. Rest is history.
Excellent. I think that's similar to me. I remember watching it just on Channel 4 one random day it was on or something.
Yeah.
What is it you love about the film then? Why is it one of your favourite films?
I don't know really. Probably growing up, I was a bit of a tomboy myself, so I was always out with my group of friends, going off on little adventures and
Looking for dead bodies?
Yeah, exactly. Just going out as you do.
Yes.
So it was that really, I think.
Cool. And I know you love The Goonies as well, so here's a question then. What is your favourite film out of The Goonies and Stand By Me? Because they are same but different, aren't they, in a way?
They are. Well, they've both got Corey in.
Yeah.
But I'll have to say, hand on my heart, it would be Stand By Me.
Nice.
It's my all-time favourite.
Excellent. And what about your favourite characters and favourite scenes then? What have you got?
Favourite character, I'd probably say Teddy.
Yeah.
Because he was the eccentric one.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
I like that. Because they've all got their own little quirks, and obviously Chris is the peacemaker, and Gordie's the more sensitive one.
Yeah.
And Vern, bless him, is the one what they take the mick out of the most.
Yeah. Great characters. What about scene then? What's your favourite scene out there?
Scene. I was thinking about that, and I would probably say the campfire, the whole of the campfire scene.
Nice.
So at the beginning, when they're all taking it in turns with the gun, Vern, he makes me laugh.
Yes, I know what you mean.
But then also, a bit further on, when Chris opens up to Gordie when he gets upset, and that I think that one stays with me quite a bit as well.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Yeah. And I think last year you went on a trip to Oregon and you did a few film locations.
I did.
You did all of the Stand By Me ones?
I did the majority of the Stand By Me ones. There was a couple I didn't have a chance to do. I am hopefully going back next year for our honeymoon.
Oh, excellent.
And they'll be celebrating the 40th anniversary. So the town itself, Castle Rock in the film, but the real town's Brownsville in Oregon. And every year they celebrate the movie, so that the town will get together and they do a pie eating contest.
Excellent.
All that. So I'm hoping to actually join in with that next year.
Yeah.
40th.
Well, the pie eating contest, don't have castor oil and egg before, whatever you do.
No, I'll try not to.
And what was your favourite location while you was there then of the Stand By Me?
Obviously, it was great being in the town itself.
Yeah.
But I also went to the big train track, which is further down in California.
Cool.
And you can't, it's barricaded off either side.
Yeah.
But, fans, and obviously I did as well. So enter at your own risk,
Yeah.
everyone. But I did go on it, and you had to do the whole scene of shouting train.
Yeah. And then legged it.
Yeah. So that was awesome. I've always wanted to do that, and I'm so glad that I actually got the chance to do it.
Yeah, that's cool. That is pretty cool. Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
No, thank you very much. But I'm a big fan of you guys anyway. So
thank you very much.
The great work.
That's very kind. And what is your favourite movie podcast?
Of course, it's Through Retro.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. I'll transfer you the money over later. Okay, thanks for that.
Okay, no problem.
Brilliant. Thanks for joining us, Kim.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.
There you go. Thanks, Kim. Thanks for a nice little comment at the end there.
I mean, I'd love to go to all the locations like she does.
Yeah.
But I don't think my wife would.
Yeah, maybe we should have a boys' holiday.
That's
something I'd like to do, and I know my wife wouldn't particularly enjoy.
No. Right, what's that coming down the train track? Hold on, let's have a look. It's a quiz.
Hey!
Quiz time!
Okay, quiz time. Are you ready?
I am ready.
I have
Ready
got-
as I always am, ready to get smashed again.
You got a 3-point head start. Nicole.
Still time
I'm
to
not
screw it up.
I'm not confident in this one.
We have 11 questions. Right, here we go. Let's fly through them. Question 1. Gordie is reading the newspaper at the beginning. What was the newspaper called? Nope. It was the Oregonian.
Never.
'Cause it's
They were in Oregon, weren't they?
Oregon, there we
Yeah.
go.
Castle Rock, Oregon.
Question 2. How long had Vern been looking for his jar of pennies?
Oh, I'm going to guess 6 weeks.
Nope.
Damn it.
Cool.
5 weeks.
Nope.
Okay, can I have a second guess? I won't
Go
claim
on.
the points.
Yeah, go
9
on.
months.
9 months, correct.
I
Yeah.
knew it was something.
Well, you can have it.
No, that's
Sure?
not fair. That's
Yeah,
not
no,
fair.
you shouldn't have it.
Okay,
'cause
so still 3
I've had
nil.
my guess.
He had his guess, yeah.
Question 3.
Still 3-0 up.
Chris shows Gordie a gun behind the back of a diner. What was the diner called?
Oh.
The name of the diner was on the door on the rear entrance. No?
No.
Blue Point Diner. Still 3
That's what I said. I didn't take notes or anything. I just watched it to enjoy it.
Yeah, okay. Question 4. What song was playing during the mailbox baseball scene? When Ace is smashing the old... Ace is smashing
I
the...
can visualise it, but I can't think of it.
I ain't got anything.
It was goodness gracious.
Great balls of fire.
Great balls of fire, yeah. Question 5. What was the name of the junkyard man? First name I do. Paul?
Steve.
No, it wasn't Steve.
Otis.
No.
Oh.
Milo Pressman.
Milo Preston.
Milo Pressman was in 24 as well. And Kiefer Sutherland was in 24. So I wonder if that's like a...
Yeah,
Why
probably
they got that
Easter
name.
egg.
Question 6.
It's going well.
The events of the film take place over what holiday weekend? Scott.
Labour Day.
Labour Day, correct. 3-1. Question 7. What was Lardass's real name? He didn't have a real name. He was actually christened Lardass. Chow down, Lardass. Boom, bada, boom, bada. 4.
Rob Taylor.
Hey!
No.
Oh, no. It's gone. No, I'm not even there. Say it's gone. I ain't got a clue.
It could have been Hulk's brother, 'cause it was David Hogan.
Right.
Hulk Hogan. See what I did there?
I see.
I could have said
what
Paul.
you did there.
Paul Hogan.
Terry Hulk Hogan.
I thought you were going to say Paul Constable then.
No. Question 8. What does BOA stand for?
Oh, God. I've got one of them.
So the scene
Yeah, but-
was the Lardass scene.
All right. It's the Benevolent Order of...
You got it. You're there.
Something beginning with A.
Ah.
I say Americans.
Can't give it because the
No,
main
no.
bit is the last bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Antelopes.
And, because they got antelope helmets on.
They got the helmets on, yeah. And they all bath over each other, don't they? Okay, so we've got 3 questions left. It's 3-1 to Paul.
Oh, I could win it. Thank God for Guess the Movie.
Yeah.
I
Question 9.
wish I'd...
Which one of the boys spots the body first? You could both say it. Go on.
Vern.
Vern. 3-2. Actually, I found another question.
Don't try and help Scott.
No, okay, well, do you want me to read it or not?
Yeah, go for
Okay.
it.
Question 10. What job did Vern go on to become? Or do, sorry.
I haven't pulled up this one.
What?
No.
Scott?
He was the forklift, chief forklift driver or something
forklift
like
driver, yeah. Okay. Question 10. That's 3-3. Question 10. The boys flip 4 tails. What does Vern call it? It's got a name.
that. Does have a name.
It's sort of a bit of bad luck, isn't it?
I'm just going to get comfortable.
No? It's a goocher.
A Gucci.
So I found one more question. So do you want to finish on 3-3 or do you want to go for the winner?
Well, I'm not going to get this one.
No?
Go on, go for
I
it.
reckon you might.
I always get one question.
See if you
right.
can get it together. Come on. We're all friends here. Finish the line. You want to be the Lone Ranger or the... Oh,
Park Ranger.
no.
I don't know why I thought that.
Do you want to be the Lone Ranger or Power Ranger?
Look, you asked me a question, and that's what I thought the answer was.
It's better than Power Ranger, I suppose. No? Do you want me to say it? So finish on a draw then.
So something got the time. The Lone Ranger. There's 2 people with guns.
Do you want to be the Lone Ranger or the
No.
Cisco Kid.
You want to be the Lone Ranger or the Cisco Kid?
The Cisco Kid.
There's a draw, Adam. 3-all. Well then. Okay, we've got the usuals. Don't forget Instagram, Facebook, and leave us a nice review, please, on Apple Podcasts or...
Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and give us a thumbs up.
Oh, what? A thumbs up or a thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
Okay. Well, give us a thumbs up. Yeah, 5-star would be nice. And Top Drawer Podcast. If anyone wants to write that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll do some more mugs. Whoever gives us some nice reviews on podcast review app thing, I'll send them a mug. How about that?
Don't promise something you're not going to be able to keep, mate.
I'll make some new ones. Shout-outs?
Can
I
I
never
just
have
go...
shout-outs.
No, you don't.
One thing I was going to mention at the start of the podcast and I totally forgot is important doing it on the next one. New Year's Eve. So my wife and I were watching the fireworks display and all that other shit on BBC.
Yeah.
Emil was watching Star Wars.
Yeah.
A New Hope. And he started watching it at a particular time because at midnight he wanted to be at the same time as when the Death Star explodes.
Oh, okay.
So instead of us watching the fireworks at Trafalgar Square, wherever it was,
Did it work?
he was about 6 seconds off.
Not bad, though.
Pretty good effort.
Good attempt.
So yeah.
So your shout-out is for New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. Happy New Year!
I said happy birthday to Steve Brown. I better wish my wife a happy birthday for next week. She doesn't listen, so it's pointless, but there we go. And actually do a big shout out to my son's under-12s team, Stanford in the Vale, who today, actually in an hour's time, are going to collect their winner's medal.
Hey,
Champions.
So Emil's probably still waiting for his. He hasn't even got. He hasn't even got last spring's medals yet. So yeah.
So join us next time. I think we're going to try and enter the ring to do Rocky 4. If we can get us together and my friends.
I love Rocky 4.
If we can't get us all together, we'll do a different film. Right, that just leaves us one thing to say.
Well, guys, I better get home before my wife puts me on the 10 most wanted list. But hey, Rob, no hard feelings, yeah?
No way, man.
Have a gun, we'll travel with the cards of a man. A night without armor in the sausage land.
Right, I better go because I'm never going to get out of this town, am I, Rob?
You can do anything you want, man.
Well, yeah, sure. Give me some skin.
I'll see you.
Not if I see you first.
Scott did get out. He enrolled on a college course, and although it was...
Sorry. Keys. What the keys?
You're not going to get far without them, are you? Right, I'll see you.
Not if I see you first.
Scott did get out. He enrolled on a college course, and although it was hard...
Sorry.
What now?
Phone. Sorry.
Well, I'll see you.
Not if I see you first, yeah.
Okay, right. Jesus Christ. Scott did get out. He enrolled on a college course, and although it was hard, he got... Oh, fuck.
Sorry.
What now?
Coat. Forgot my jacket.
Got everything now?
Yeah, I got everything now, yeah.
Right, I'll see you.
Yeah, not if I see you first.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, right. Jesus Christ. Put a lock on this door. Scott did get out. He enrolled on a college course, and although it was hard, he gutted it out like he always did. He went on to teach martial arts. Last week, Scott entered a fast food restaurant. Just ahead of him, two men got into an argument. One of them pulled a knife. Scott didn't try and break it up. He just sat there. And he enjoyed his meal. Keep it retro.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by.